Hey, how the hell are you? So this video is me hopping on the thread of lost classic albums of the 90s that's been put together by JC over at the Flip Side. So a little bit of a background on who JC is and the content that he puts out. He posts a lot of full album reviews. I've seen a lot of Van Halen, so if you're a fan of them, definitely check his videos out about them. I'll link one of those in the description. And another cool thing that JC does is he puts out fan-made music videos, and the most recent one I've seen is Megadeth's Angry Again, set to clips from The Incredible Hulk, which is obviously fitting. But I'll include, like I said, a link to some of my favorite videos of his, as well as a link to his channel in the description below. And if you're not already subscribed to him, why not do so, right? But back to the task at hand. So my nomination for Lost Classic of the 90s is Stevie Ray Vaughan's The Sky is Crying. And for those who don't know anything about Stevie Ray Vaughan, he tragically passed away in a helicopter accident in 1990 while traveling between gigs. And this album was actually released a year after his passing in 1991. It was put together by his brother Jimmy Vaughan, who is a solid guitar player in his own right. And unfortunately for Stevie, he never got to see his music reach its full potential because this was his highest charting album and reached number 10 on the charts. So while it stinks that he didn't get to see his music reach its the height of its success, I guess, it's still cool that even after he's gone, his music speaks for itself. So The Sky is Crying features a lot of covers of classic blues songs and covers of songs by blues legends. The title track itself is one of those. So The Sky is Crying was written by Elmore James, and blues guitar player Albert King also did a rendition of it. And Albert King is one of Stevie Ray's heroes. And as a bit of an aside, there is an awesome video of Stevie Ray and Albert King in the studio, and they're just jamming on each other's songs, riffing back and forth, smiles throughout, having casual conversation. Stevie Ray looks like a little kid in a candy store because he's sitting next to one of his idols. I don't think he stopped smiling the entire hour and a half, and probably much after that was done, he probably smiled for weeks on end afterwards, as I imagine I would if I had the chance to sit in a room with any of my guitar heroes. But anyhow, back to the album itself. Stevie Ray does an awesome version of that, of course, that song, of course. And then he also does a Howlin' Wolf song, which is May I Have a Talk With You, and a Willie Dixon song, Close to You. So Howlin' Wolf, you might know his song Smokestack Lightning, and he was also hugely influential on bands like Led Zeppelin. They have been accused of borrowing Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor riff for their song, the Lemon Song, but I will not go into that any further. I digress on that point. And then Willie Dixon is also well known for his song Hoochie Coochie Man. And then in addition to covering some tunes by blues legends, he also pays a nod to Jimi Hendrix, who is another one of his heroes. He covered a bunch of his songs in the past. There exist audio recordings of him covering Manic Depression live, and he also does a killer rendition of Voodoo Child in the studio on his 1984 album, Couldn't Stand the Weather. But on this album, he continues that Hendrix influenced trend here, and he does a instrumental rendition of the song Little Wing. And because I don't have a physical copy of this album with me, I'm going to insert in this video a video of me playing the intro in Stevie Ray's arrangement of the song Little Wing. So I'm going to do so right now. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my little instrumental interlude here. Um, but anyhow, Little Wing is definitely my favorite song on this album. I don't want to put my bias on you or anything, but I just think he takes it to a place that Hendrix didn't with words. Not that it's better or worse, just different. And I really just enjoy his rendition of it. I think Stevie Ray's instrumental stuff is just beautiful blues guitar playing at its finest. Um, and then one other song that I really enjoy off this album is Life by the Drop, which is an acoustic, 12-string acoustic guitar, and Stevie Ray. No bass, drums, or anything like that, so it's just bare bones. And it was actually written by his neighbor growing up, and that neighbor's name is Doyle Bromhall, and he is a drummer, guitar player, and vocalist. And he actually played drums on the Family Style album with Stevie Ray and his brother Jimmy Vaughn, that came out in, I think, 1989. So that's just a cool little fun fact for you. But anyhow, I'm going to close the video off here. So if you are a fan of blues guitar, blues rock, Jimi Hendrix, or if you're already a fan of Stevie Ray and hadn't heard of this album yet, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's some really cool tunes, and I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, see you later.